that. It's very quick, easy, and free. But if you have a Google account, there are two different versions of Gmail. There is a browser version, which is what we're going to be using for the class today. Works on any device that supports a browser, works on any browser you might be using, so very easy to get access via the browser. There is also a mobile app version that you can download to your smartphone or tablet. It does work a little differently, look a little differently, and there are some features that I'll be showing you that only work on the browser version, which is why we'll be training on the browser version today. But the app version does access the same messages in real time that you're using with the browser. So it's the same information, it just looks and works differently. So if you are trying to follow along on the app version, I would recommend switching to a browser. Otherwise, just watch my screen and you can see what it looks like. And so with that, I am going to switch to a browser. And if you don't have a Google account, all you need to do is to do what I just did, open up a browser tab and type google.com. And there'll be an option over here that says sign up. Click on sign up, it opens the account creation page. From there, you can create your Google account. Once you've created a Google account, you would come back to this screen and click sign in. When you do that, you would enter the username and password you just created on the other screen, and that will bring you to a screen that looks like the one you're seeing on my computer. Up in the upper right-hand corner, there'll be either your photo if you added a photo when you created your account. If not, it'll have your initial. You can have more than one Google account. So if you have more than one Google account, you can click here and open a different Google account, sign out of the one that you're in. So this is really your Google account control screen. Each Google account has its own Gmail, so they are totally separate. But if you're in the account that you want to be in, the next thing you want to do is click on this icon just to the left of your photo or initials. That is the Google Apps icon, also called the waffle icon. If you click on it, it will show you all the apps that are part of your free Google account. There are a lot of them. We do have a class called Introduction to Google Apps where we talk about these different apps. But for today, since this is Gmail, we're going to click on the Gmail icon. Now, yours may not be the same place as mine because these apps are like the apps on your phone. If you want to rearrange them, you can move them around. So yours may be in a different place, but it's going to look like this and we'll have the word Gmail at the bottom of it. Click that and it will take us to the Gmail home screen. So let's talk a little bit about navigating the home screen, and we're going to start in the upper left-hand corner where it has the three bars. If you click that, it controls that left-hand panel. It will collapse the left-hand panel or expand it. The next thing is the search box. This is where you can search your messages. We're not going to talk about this in this class. We cover that in the Gmail Useful Things class. Since Google is a search engine, it has a fairly sophisticated search capability. So we cover that in another class. Working our way across, the cog is where you get into settings. We'll be going into there a lot today. We've already talked about these two. Down the right-hand side, there's another panel. And if you come all the way to the bottom right, you'll see a little arrow. If you click on that, it will do the same thing that this one does in the upper left. It collapses and restores that right-hand panel. What's in this right-hand panel are related apps that you might want to take a look at while you're in your Gmail without having to leave Gmail. So for example, if I wanted to check my calendar, maybe there's a class that I'm supposed to be in, you can check into here and see what's on your calendar, then close it back without ever leaving Gmail. Of course, you can also go up to the waffle icon and open your calendar, but it'll open it in a separate tab. That's what you may want to do if you want to do some significant work in your calendar. But if you just want to do a quick check on what's coming up next, this is faster and easier. You can also get into Google Keep, which is a note-taking tool. Google Task, which is your to-do list, Google Contacts. Continuing around to the bottom left, clockwise direction. On this other corner, you see Meet and Hangouts. Those are also Google apps. Google Meet is Google's version of Zoom, works very similarly to Zoom. Google Hangouts is a group chat tool. So if you use them a lot, it's kind of handy to have them over here where you can quickly get into them. However, if you don't use them frequently, they're taking up some valuable real estate where you can normally see your labels over here. So if you want to get rid of these, I'll show you how to do that. We're going to come back up here to the upper right to that cog and click on it. And we're going to go to See All Settings in blue right at the top of the pop-up window. That opens the settings screen, and there are lots of settings in Gmail. Each one of these tabs opens another whole page full of settings, but we're looking for this one called Chat and Meet. So if you click on that, if you want to turn off that Google Chat, just click off here. That will remove the Hangouts. And if you want to get rid of Meet, click here where it says hide. And then just save your changes. Google will repaint your screen like it is mine, and they will be gone. You can now see these labels, which look like folders. They're not. We'll talk about that later. And that brings us pretty much back to where we started at the Compose window. But before we get into the composition, any questions so far? All right, if not, of course, this is your inbox. We'll get to that in just a minute as well. But we're going to start with composing a new message. If you're new to Gmail, that's something you certainly want to know how to do. To do that, you click on the Compose option up here in the upper left, and it opens the composition window over here on the right-hand side of the screen. You enter the email address you want to send this message to. And as you start typing, it's going to search your Google Contacts. And if the person you want to send the message to is in your contacts, you can just click here and save yourself some typing. I'm going to send this to my Yahoo account. Enter the subject, and I'm just going to call it test. And then you would enter the body of the email. I'm just going to type in some information here so we got something to work from.